Good evening. This is the Lion of Legend, and welcome to Cognitive Coffee. My head is spinning. Hello? 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 I opened my eyes to see a girl in front of me. Hi there. My stomach dropped when I saw her. Who are you? My name is Angel. Hi, Angel. It's, nice to meet you. You know you could at least pretend to be enthusiastic. Do you remember your name? It was at that moment I realized I didn't. Well, pretty boy. Your name is Salem. I looked around, but only saw more of this. Abyss? Void? Hell? I turned back around to see Angel lost in thought. Maybe she knows something. Where are we? Does it really matter? What do you mean? You really don't remember what's going on. We can't leave this place, so why does it matter where we are? So, how long have we been here, do you know? Yeah, I do, but it wouldn't help you to know. It's actually impossible for us to leave. Why can't you give me a straight answer? Does she really not know? Or is she just messing with me? Let's start over. Look, I'm sorry if you feel that you can't trust me, but what should I do? We'll save here and we will state that we want to know the truth. Look, it seems like we're both trapped in here. Wherever this is. So why don't we try to work together? You know, when you're calm, you're actually super cute. It makes sense I fell in love with you back then. Wait, what? Don't worry about it. You never liked me back, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is, what happens when I touch you? What do you mean? Well, come closer and let's find out. I reached over so our fingers could touch. It felt like a shock of electricity ran through my body. Suddenly, my thoughts were a little less clouded. Like something locked away was coming to the surface. It makes absolutely no sense that you would forget. At the same time, it makes way too much sense. That doesn't make any sense. Have you ever heard of cognitive dissonance, metacognition, intrusive thoughts? If you think about it like that, it makes perfect sense. Tell me something that makes sense. Well, why don't you ask a question? Alright, well, let's go down the list. Cognitive dissonance. It's a theory in psychology that explains an uncomfortable feeling that happens sometimes when two beliefs that are contradictory are challenged, because in your mind they don't make sense together. For example, my boyfriend loves me. People who love each other don't beat each other. What happens when he starts hitting me? The brain doesn't like contradictions, so it works overtime to make the information presented make sense. Whether this is through coping, compromising, or confirmation bias, is up to the individual based on a number of variables. However, I think I finally know what's going on. Oh really, in that case, whose mind are we in? Huh. I feel like I don't have enough information. But Salem's, maybe? I honestly, I'm not sure. I know we're in my head. You're just a representation of how I see the real Angel. Oh really? Then tell me something. How do you feel about me? Is this accurate? You forgot, so you could cope with the fact that you kidnapped me, right? I had to know for sure, so I ripped off her choker. That's when I saw it. Do you still love me? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I started having suspicions about what was going on here, that this could be a toxic, abusive relationship, and I'm slowly starting to discover this with y'all. But this rabbit hole feels like it's going to go down a lot further. Let's do no. Not anymore. Not for a long time. Never again. I reached over and grabbed her neck. You're sick. You're horrible. You think you can just take my life away and I'll be happy? You left me. You should have died with them. Don't you dare say that to me. That was our home. I don't care. Now you have me wishing that I died with them. I'll never love you again. You don't deserve it. I hate you. In that moment, something in me snapped. You're delusional if you think I'm going to let you talk to me like that. She barely even flinched, yet I could still feel her fear on my fingertips. You love me, and you always will. I'm already used to your bullshit. Maybe in the next life. But for now, fuck you. I hate you. I squeezed her neck. Squeezed and squeezed. I kept squeezing her throat long after she stopped moving. Next time she'll love me, right? End. Black as the devil. Well, seems we have a lot more to unravel here, so let's hop right back in. So we will skip dialogue that we have seen already as per usual. Let's question who we are this time. You don't remember? Your name is Salem. I see. What? Well, aren't you gonna ask for my name? Kind of rude not to ask. What's your name? It's Angel. Hi, Angel. Nice to meet you. Whatever, it's not like you ever fucking listened to me anyway. Huh? Never mind. Let's see. Am I safe? You're safe with me. At least for the most part anyway. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, it's nothing. Let's compliment her. Has anyone ever told you that you have pretty Huh? I mean eyes. If you're trying to get in my pants, don't worry. We've already fucked before. Huh? Okay, let's question metacognition. In simple terms, it's thinking about your own thinking. Instead of simply thinking something, you think about why you're thinking about what you're thinking of. Crazy, right? Aware of being aware, if you will. The brain uses this to criticize itself and to learn more effectively. Sometimes, anyway. Okay, so we're gonna say we're in Angel's mind. You think this is my mind? You're just a ghost that keeps invading my thoughts then. The real Salem as I knew him is long gone. That isn't true. Oh yeah? I pushed him down to the ground. Let me see your eyes then. He looked so scared, but I had to check. I needed to see how he was currently in my head. As I gently moved his hair from his eye, I felt him shiver. I could see what my perception of him was, and it wasn't like how he used to be. Please, I don't want you to hate me. We can still fix our relationship. Even in my head, you're a liar. I don't want to bring a child into this. You won't have to. If you really mean that, will you let me go? Oh boy. I can try. Do you really mean that? I don't want to be a prisoner anymore. I just want to decide my own fate again. It's not fair. You know your powers counter mine. I'm sorry, Angel. Suddenly, I couldn't contain my tears anymore. I began to cry for all the things I've lost and the things I would never have. The tears wouldn't stop spilling. Him saying my name again made me remember the good days. He had a pained look on his face, but he hugged me all the same. Shh, it's okay. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you then, but I'm here now. It's okay. I know you couldn't do anything then. It wasn't your fault. I've just been blaming you to make myself feel better. Angel, there's something you need to finally hear. I know you won't listen unless it's me telling you. Huh? What is it? You did the best you could. For what felt like forever, I let him hold me. I felt warm and safe. Please. Don't wake me up yet. And pure as an angel. So I guess that was like a happy ending? Okay. So we did a who am I, and now we're gonna ask, are you safe? I mean, we should be, technically, in this space. The more I think about it though, now that you're awake, I'm not sure anymore. Why does this girl look like I'm gonna strangle her or something? Well, I guess we could threaten her. If you don't tell me what I want to know right now, I'll have to use force. Oh, so the asshole returns. Just when I thought the memory loss would make you go back to the way you were. What the hell do you mean? Did you take my memories? Go ahead, use force. It's not like I'm not used to it. So you're confirming we've met before. Wow. Of course you don't care about the other issue I raised. Yes, we've met before. I miss the old you. Intrusive thoughts. This one is exactly what it sounds like. Unwanted thoughts that keep invading your brain. For example, when I look at windows, I imagine the glass cutting my neck and killing me. Anyway, it's something that's fucked up a lot of the time. Like when you look at me and imagine assaulting me. Even if you wouldn't do it. Maybe, anyway. I wouldn't do that. Can you look me in the eyes and tell me that for sure? I can see you trying to look down my shirt. I'm sorry. However... Okay, so we don't know whose mind we're in. I see. I guess you'll never know. I never needed to know, did I? No, not really. Our whole existence is meaningless. It's all going to be reset anyway, huh? In a way. Anything you've ever thought of, anything you will ever think of, can and will happen. If it hasn't already. Exactly. In that case, I want to enjoy this current idea of us. I'd like nothing more. This version of you reminds me of the Salem the real angel loves. And mental. Alright, so I know there's some other dialogue options that we haven't hit yet, so let's load up here where the star brand is on her neck. We'll say yes, which, for reference, this is regarding do you still love me? Of course I do. No matter how much I wish I didn't. I'm sorry I took you, but it was for your own good. Please don't be mad at me. I'm not mad, I'm just a little sad you won't let me leave. Please, Salem, you can let me go, and I'll still come back to you. I mean, I know that you love me, but how do I know you won't leave me forever? It took years to find you. I didn't even know you were alive. I thought everyone died then. I can't lose you too. Please, you have to understand that this is for your safety. I was begging her with everything in my being, hoping that maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't want to leave me. Look, I know how scared you are, but I have survived this long without you, so how about acknowledging that? We could be protecting each other as equals. Please, I'm begging you. I knew that already. Yet, it's okay. I'll always love you. You love me back, right? Of course I do. Then let me go. This thought will end soon anyway. Maybe, just maybe, this is what I need to do. To get rid of the guilt. And sweet as love. Alright, so this is when Angel says she doesn't want to bring a child into this. I knew you were a liar. Is there something wrong? I thought this was what you wanted. Don't give me that bullshit. You want to continue our bloodline by any means necessary, right? You couldn't give less of a shit about whether that's what I want. Right? I do care about you. You can see that, right? No, I can't say that I can, really. I'm not a person. I'm an object to you. That's not true. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, it's what I think. Don't worry, I'm going to give you what you want for an eternity. No, please, I actually do care. No, if I have to stay with you forever, then you'll die by my hand. At least it'll be pleasurable. I just want you to care about me again. Please, I love you. Too little, too late. Now be a good little boy and shut up so you can enjoy the ride. With each movement, her nails dug further into me. At some point, I felt her begin touching my organs. It felt like forever. Some might say it was heaven. It felt like it, for a bit. But this was hell. And hot as hell. Well, that was not an ending that I was anticipating. Let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, I am fairly certain that I found all the endings to this visual novel, but I suppose if I'm wrong, perhaps one of you can correct me in the comments section. I definitely noticed how the aggressor, you could see that the aggressor in the story there will be indicated by their eyes becoming red, right? So I definitely still feel like this was clearly some sort of toxic, abusive relationship, but there's so many more details that we don't have in regards to the history of these two characters. There's clearly information that we do not have regarding their motives, perhaps full background describing their characters, what sort of events have occurred to lead them to their current state of minds, if you will. Especially as, I mean, it's kind of, I want to say actions in this story, considering the title of the game and the discussion of cognition. I'm not confident to say that the actions that the characters were taking in this story was happening in the real world. Now, the other thing that I understand is that per the dev page, this game is supposed to be a quote-unquote interquel or midquel or a prequel to a upcoming game that they will be working on featuring these same characters. So we will be in the future understanding more of their relationship, their dynamic, perhaps get some more background to really put together what the heck is going on here. You know, we need to understand the whole thing about the children, considering the bloodline. It seems like there was like maybe a home that was burned down or something along those lines. You know, what sort of behaviors did these two display to one another when they were, you know, not in their minds, if you will? There's definitely a lot of questions to be answered to really see a full story. The other thing to consider is because these events are taking place in the characters' minds, you know, with the whole cognition and whatnot, are these actions, how many of these actions, how much of the behaviors of each character are actually true? Are we just seeing Angel from the perception of Salem and vice versa? That all being said, I will watch out for the dev to give an update to this game, or I guess give a public update stating that their sequel game has been completed, and we'll hop into that when that is ready to roll. That all being said, if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a like, leave a comment, share the video, perhaps even subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next video. So have a good night.